Hi guys! So, first off, Happy New Year! I am filming this on, what is it today? January 24th. I had filmed another sort of update video right after the new year, and a couple days ago I edited it, and it was so long. It was a super long video. It was basically an hour long. And trying to upload an hour-long video did not go well. Our internet is very slow for uploads, and I kid you not, I started the upload at like midnight, and by mid-afternoon the next day, it had only uploaded 24%. So I was like, this is not going well. Scrap that. I'm going to film the video and try and keep it shorter. So, where we left off was Christmas Day. And as you guys probably noticed, there was like a gap between Christmas Day and when I finally started uploading videos again. It was probably about a week or so. And that's just because I decided to take Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off from editing and uploading. And then I was going to get back to it on the 26th, Boxing Day, but a whole bunch of stuff happened. So, first and foremost, on Boxing Day, I finally finished dressing the rest of my American Girl dolls for Christmas, and I put them together for one big group photo of all of them. So here's those photos.
It was the night before Christmas.
Okay, so then basically what was happening on Boxing Day was Alex in the wee hours of the morning. So like he went to bed on Christmas. Like, you know, we had our Christmas Day together. Everything was good. And I can't remember what we had for dinner on Christmas. I think we ordered in something, but I don't remember what now. And anyways, he went to bed and everything was fine. And then he woke up in the middle of the night. I think it was like around 1 o'clock in the morning. And his throat was really, really sore. And by the next day, Boxing Day, he felt like crap. He had a really, really sore throat, headache. He barely slept the night before because his throat was bothering him too much. He just felt like crap. So other than dressing my dolls that day, I was basically taking care of a sick husband. So I didn't get around to editing then. And then the Friday, so the 27th, Paula took me out to mail Nicole's package, and then basically by Friday evening, Alex still wasn't feeling well. He was feeling really crappy. My throat was starting to get scratchy as well, and so we were supposed to have my mom and dad over on the 28th for our Christmas dinner. And I was really, really bummed about this, but we had to basically postpone it because Alex was sick as a dog. He was in really bad shape. He was coughing his brains out. He had sinus stuff going on. He just was really, really sick. And like I said, my throat was getting scratchy, so I thought I was going to be coming down with it next. And I was just like, we can't have people over like this. Like, Alex was miserable, and it just wouldn't be an enjoyable time for him. Plus, like, we didn't want to get my parents sick. So we unfortunately had to postpone it until the following weekend. So I think that was going to be January 4th. So we did that. So anyways, so basically the 27th, Alex still felt like absolute crap. My throat was a little bit better, but I felt like super fatigued that day. So basically, we just laid around all day, both of us just not feeling that well. Thankfully, so I don't even know if I really came down with what he had or not because I never got bad like he did. I had, like I said, I had a scratchy throat that sort of started on the 26th in the evening. And then it was a little better in the morning. And then it sort of came back in the evening the next day, like of the 27th. And then the 28th, my throat was a little bit better, but I felt like just bleh, like I just didn't have energy. And I was starting to get a bit of sinus stuff as well. So we just kind of took it easy and we used some gift cards to order out for dinners because both of us just didn't feel like cooking at all. And so that was that. And then January 30th, Alex went back to work, even though he still wasn't 100%. He had to because he had stuff to get in at the end of the month at work. So he couldn't miss work again. And by then my throat was better. My energy level was a bit better, but I still had some sinus stuff going on. So thankfully, I was never hit with whatever it was as bad as Alex was. So then anyways, what? Oh, then, so New Year's Eve, we rang in the new year. And actually, Alex got out of work early that day because it was New Year's Eve. They let them out at 1 o'clock. And I was super excited because I had found something on Marketplace, and I'm going to show you in a little bit, but I found something on Marketplace for an amazing price, and I was so excited. And thankfully, it worked out that he was able to pick it up on his way home from work that day and brought it home to me, and I was so excited. And so anyways, I'm going to talk more about that a little bit later. So we ordered Chinese food. Basically, that's our New Year's Eve tradition. We always order in Chinese food. Watched a movie. I forget what movie. Oh, we watched the new Joker movie with Lady Gaga. It was all right. I mean, I like musicals, but I felt like this just wasn't the type of movie that should be a musical. And I mean, I love Lady Gaga. She's a phenomenal actress and singer, but I mean, I preferred the first Joker movie. Let me know what you guys think if you saw the new Joker movie in the comments below. Did you like it? It was just okay. Like, it wasn't that great. We enjoyed our dinner and we rang in the new year, and here's some clips of us ringing in the new year. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Oh boy.
Can we actually kiss or what? I don't know. I don't want to get sick any more than I already am.
Yeah.
Love you too.
Start spreading your legs.
Oh, God. I'm gonna put that in my bowl.
Yes.
Oh, God. And then here we go, coughing our brains out. Happy New Year, Maya. She's sleepy. Yeah? Are you sleepy? So, yeah, so we enjoyed that. And by that time, like, we both still had coughs, as you saw in the video. We both still had coughs. But Alex at least had his voice again. Because, like, over the weekend, there where we were supposed to have my mom and dad over, like he practically lost his voice. Like he could barely talk. But by New Year's Eve, his voice was back. Everything was good. And he slowly continued to improve as the week went on. And I also did, for the American Girl photo contest in the group I'm in, I also set up a little New Year's, photo of my dolls ringing in the new year. So I'll show you that. And, what else was going on? So then, January 4th, we did the Christmas dinner. Now, unfortunately, my dad could not make the new date, which really sucks. I was really disappointed, but it is what it is. So it was just my mom, Alex, and I, and we did our Christmas gift exchange, and I'll show you in a minute what my mom got me. I did not film anything that day. I didn't vlog at all. We just did our gift exchange, and we made a turkey dinner, which I'll show you some pictures here.
On this cold December day.
And we just enjoyed the day together. And we had apple pie with ice cream for dessert, so that was nice. And actually, I forgot to mention, like, when my mom first got here in the afternoon, we had some kielbasa with cheese and crackers, and we had some little mini quiches to snack on. So we just had a really nice day. We enjoyed the day. And like I said, just coming up in a little bit after I recap everything, I'm going to show you some stuff. So then on January 5th, Paula and I got together to go to Aurora, which is a city just outside of Toronto. It was about, what was it? Well, we had to go early in the morning because it started at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we wanted to get there for when it opened. And so we ended up, I think it took us about a half hour to get there, to drive there. So anyways, we managed to get there like 10 minutes or 5 minutes before the doors open. Excuse me. And, so anyways, we were going there because Allison Court, who played Lunette on the TV show The Big Comfy Couch, was going to be doing a meet and greet there. And we really wanted to meet her and bring our Molly dolls and get a photo with her, with our Molly dolls. So Paula wore her Molly Comfy Couch sweatshirt. Or hoodie, and I wore my Comfy Couch t-shirt, both of which were from Retro Kid, and then we both brought our Molly dolls, which are also from Retro Kid. So anyways, as we were waiting in the parking lot for the doors to open, I was looking on my phone, and surprise, surprise, they added a second guest who was, I keep forgetting what his name is. Let me just check on my phone real quick, guys. He is the actor who played Major Bedhead on The Big Comfy Couch. Fred Stinson. Okay. So we were super excited that we were like, oh my gosh, he's going to be here too. So we went in, we paid. It was at a very small venue. It was at like a Legion Hall. And it was super small, and we're like, wow, no wonder it was only $5 admission. So, now the one thing we didn't know was the pricing we did find out, I think, in advance what the pricing was for the meet and greet and whatever. So, like, you had options to pay for just an autograph, pay for just a photo or like a combo or whatever. Anyways, so we get there, we pay, we go in, and Allison wasn't there yet, but Fred was. And so anyways, we walk into the room and we're like, wow, this is a very small event. Nothing like the big Comic-Con that we went to in downtown Toronto. This was like one little room, and there was probably a total of, I'm going to guess and say maybe 15 vendors max. And most of them were comics and anime, which we weren't interested in. So we're like, wow, I don't think we're going to be here very long. And at that point, no one was lining up yet for meet and greets or anything. So we went over and we were chatting with Fred. Very nice guy, super personable. We had a wonderful conversation with him while we were waiting for Allison to arrive. And as we were chatting with him, which we were told that you could go up and meet them and talk to them for free, but if you want like a photo or autograph, that's where you have to pay. So as we're chatting, I happened to notice the sign with the pricing, and because Fred was there now, they actually had a package where you could get a photo, purchase a photo with the two of them in the photo. And I pointed it out to Paul, and he's like, oh, yes. He's like, if you want, you can do a photo with both Allison and I. And we're like, yes, we're totally going to do that. So anyways, we just kept chatting with him for a bit, and it was really cool because they had Snickle Fritz, like a stuffed animal of Snickle Fritz, and a stuffed animal of, I forget who else it was they had. And then they also, of course, had a Molly doll. And they had Lunette's purple hat with the pigtails and all this stuff. So anyways, I think Allison finally arrived at about 10:30. And it was an unusual meet and greet. I have to say, I think we were both a little disappointed. I think Paula was more disappointed than I was, but I also was kind of like, this is odd. So the way that she arrived right off the bat, I think, is what sort of threw us and sort of set the tone for things, because when she arrived, it wasn't like she got there and was like, because at this point there was a line forming behind Paul and I. So Paul and I were first in line. And when she arrived, she didn't like acknowledge any of the people waiting in line. Like, I just know, like, from meet and greets that I've done before, that like usually when they arrive, they're like, hey everyone, how's it going? You know, just give me a minute and I'll be right with you, or something, or say, sorry I'm late, like, hey guys, we're gonna get started soon, or whatever. Like, that's generally what people do. Like, they acknowledge, like, or at the very least they wave like to the line or something. But she didn't. She walked past the line, she went behind the table, she said hi to Fred, and she got to work setting up. So she had a suitcase and she had the clock rug. She set it down on the floor near, like, I guess where they were going to take photos, because there was like a banner behind, I think. She set out the clock mat and then brought out a Molly doll to sit on the rug. And then proceeded to take out photos from her suitcase, which were photos that you could purchase to have signed if you wanted. And like, Paula and I were just standing there patiently waiting for her to finish setting up, because you know, I said to Paula, I'm like, let's just wait for her to finish setting up before we say anything, like, you know, because we wanted to spend like somewhat a decent amount of time talking to her, because like in our mind we were thinking about when we met Amanda and Busy, which I don't think I ever did a video of that, so I might have to go back and tell you guys a little bit about it and do like a quick little vlog about that. But back in the summer, I think it was August, we went to Fan Expo in downtown Toronto, and we met the actresses who played Amanda and Busy on the show Ready or Not in the 90s, and we had a phenomenal meet and greet with them. We spent a good almost 10 minutes talking with them, and they were so personable. But anyways, I'll save that for another video. But anyways, I guess we were thinking, you know, it'll be something similar where we can chat with them, because also at Fan Expo, we got to chat to some other actors that were there as well. We didn't pay for a photo with them or anything, so I don't have any photos to show you with them. But they spent, like, one of them was the actor Corbin, what's his name? Corbin Bleu, I think, from High School Musical. Spent, like, a good 10 minutes talking with Paula, because she was, like, a huge fan of his. And we didn't even pay him a cent. And he just, like, had, like, a very engaging conversation. So we were kind of hoping for something like that. So we're like, let's just wait and let her set up. So anyways, so she, in the middle of getting her photos out, kind of looked up at us, and she started the conversation, which I was kind of like, oh, okay. I was willing to wait because she was obviously still doing stuff. But anyways, she looked up at us, and instead of saying, hi, how you guys doing? Nice to meet you, or whatever, it was, she came up to, like, she looked up at us, and she's like, so what are we doing? And just, that was kind of like, wait a minute. Instead of saying hi to, like, two people who are clearly huge Comfy Couch fans, I mean, we're wearing the shirts, we've got our Molly dolls, it's just like, what are we doing? And which to me, and well, to both of us in our minds, translated to, so what package are you purchasing? So we were kind of like, oh, okay. Now, I tried not to let that get to me right off the bat, because I was like, well, maybe she's a little bit flustered from being late or something like that. I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt a little bit. But anyways, so I just said, well, we want to get the photo with you and Fred. And they're like, okay, whatever. And I think we had already paid for it at that point. So anyways, then Paula said to her, well, can we chat with you for a bit? And she's like, yeah, sure. So the thing, though, is that maybe what we should have said to her was like, well, how about you finish setting up and then we can chat, right? But we didn't. We started talking. And so as we're talking to her, she's not really looking at us. She's not really engaged in a conversation with us. She's just setting up all her photos on the table. And, you know, I was trying to tell her about, as a kid, I initially used to watch her on Mr. Dress Up. I was a huge Mr. Dress Up fan. And I always looked forward to the episodes of Mr. Dress Up that Allison was on, because I absolutely loved her as a character or whatever. Like, I just thought she was, like, so warm and inviting, and there was just something about her that I really liked as a child. And I said I also loved the name Allison. And I told her that I named my hamster after her. And she kind of chuckled at that. She's like, oh, that's cute or whatever. But it just wasn't like a very engaging back and forth conversation. So, and then Paula was trying to tell her what an impact the show had on her kids, because she was a mom in the 90s and her kids watched Comfy Couch and they loved the show and whatever. But we just felt like she wasn't fully paying attention, wasn't fully engaging in the conversation. So we kind of ended the conversation ourselves, like, short. And so then we went and did the photo. And I'll show you the photos here. So after that, I had to go back around to like beside the table, but sort of behind the table because she had let us put our coats and bags there for the photo. So I went to get my coat, and as I was getting my coat, then she kind of cracked a joke to me, which sort of made me feel a little bit better because she was like, "Oh, she's like, I said thank you." Like we did get to hug her and Fred, but we sort of initiated that, not them. But anyways, as I was getting my coat and my things together, Allison looked at me and she's like, "Oh, nice to meet you, whatever." And then she's like, "And Allison the hamster is still alive and well, right?" Like, which she was joking because obviously that was like how many years ago when I was a kid. And so it was sort of a joke, and like and I was like, yeah, she is, right? And we sort of had like a chuckle between us about that. So that kind of made me feel a little bit better about it. But Paula was like super disappointed, unfortunately. So anyways, after that, we looked at a couple of booths, like one in particular that had a lot of really cool Funko Pops, and I bought a couple of Funko Pops, and then we just left. So we were only there, I think, about an hour in total. So we're like, wow, we're finished so early, so much earlier than we thought. And so we decided to drive up to Newmarket, and we went to the Once Upon a Child there, and then we had lunch. And then we picked up some homemade cinnamon butter spread that I saw this lady on Facebook was making and selling, and we happened to be right near her. So I like messaged her and I'm like, "I know this is kind of short notice, but like, can I pick up some?" And thankfully she was available. So I grabbed that, and then we went to the Upper Canada Mall for the remainder of the day and had, something to eat there and walked around and all this stuff. So yeah, so anyways, that was that, and that's basically it. I don't think there's really anything else to tell you. Oh, my mom and I went to see Wicked at the movie theater, which was incredible. I absolutely loved it. I can't wait to see the second part. And also, I got a sleep consulting client right in the first month of the year, which is great. It's the client that I had previously. So I had a sleep consulting client referred to me from the family I was a nanny for at the time, back in, I think it was May. And I helped them sleep train their 2.5-year-old. No. Was he 2 yet? No, he was just going on 2. Yeah, he was just going on 2. So I helped them with that, and they were thrilled. They were happy. They loved me. And while they were working with me, they had their second baby. And so now they've returned to me this month to have me help them sleep train their 8-month-old. And we just started with sleep training on Tuesday night. And this baby is amazing. He has done fantastic. He fell asleep within 20 minutes the first night and had one wake up an hour later and was back to sleep within, I think it was like half hour. And then he slept through the rest of the night. It was amazing. He had a couple of wake ups, which were probably him transitioning sleep cycles, because they were only like 5 minutes long, and he put himself back to sleep. The parents didn't even have to go in and check on him. He just did it. And the next day, Wednesday, he had 2 amazing solid naps. And then Wednesday night, completely slept through the night. Like, he is a superstar. So they are thrilled, and they have told me today, we had a check-in call because they got a 3-week package with me. And the dad told me he's referring his sister to me. So yay! I'm so excited. So maybe, like, I'm really hoping this is the year. This is the year that my business starts to pick up. And I sort of have a plan in place, but I need to, like, really get in and write it down. A plan to kickstart my business, especially because right now I'm still out of work. I don't know what's going on, guys. I have been applying to so many nanny jobs and not a single one of them have replied to me. I've never had this happen in all my years of nannying. It is super bizarre, super weird, and super disappointing because one of the jobs I applied for is like a 10-minute walk from me. Like, I wouldn't even have to rely on the bus. I'd save on bus fare. I'd save time, commute time. I could literally walk there in 10 minutes. It's actually, they're in my neighborhood. And I put that in my thing as like, you know, this is a good thing. I will never be late because I will never have to rely on transit. Nothing. And I was so bummed because I was really hoping to get something like that where I could just walk there. Would be amazing. So I'm super bummed about that. But I'm hoping maybe it's happening for a reason. Maybe it's because my business is going to start to grow now. Like, that's what I'm hoping. While I'm looking for nanny jobs, I just have to really work on my business in the meantime, and maybe it'll take off to the point where it doesn't matter if I find a nanny job. So anyways, I'm still very stuffed up though. I still have some sinus stuff lingering. I don't know if it's cold related though. I think it's just to do with dryness of winter. I'm very sensitive to that. And we've had, this past week, we have had really, really, really cold temperatures. It was like feeling like -20, -25 sometimes with the wind chill. And so we've had the heat constantly on, and it just makes things very dry. So I started using some saline spray. I don't want to make this video an hour long again, so let's get going. I'm just going to quickly show you some stuff. So I got another Taylor Swift Eras Tour light up bracelet. I know I already had one, but this other lady was offering, and I thought I wanted one to use on the tree ornament I'm making, and then I wanted another one for a shadow box I'm making. And then the lady also sent me an all too well bracelet, friendship bracelet, so that was nice. So there's that. And then with my mentors, my mentor sent me a Michaels gift card for my birthday. So with the Boxing Day sales, I got the Cricut Bright Pad Go, and this is to help me see my cut lines easier for weeding, and I'm excited to try it out. So I initially was going to get the cheaper version because then my gift card would cover almost the whole thing. I think I would only have had to put in like an extra $10. But I watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos comparing the two, and it seemed like out of the two, this one was better because it's cordless, so you just charge it up and then you can use it anywhere. But that wasn't really what sold me on it, because honestly, I don't really, like, we have stuff to plug stuff in here, so I could still sit on my couch and weed if I wanted to with it plugged in. But what it was the corded version only had 3 light settings, but this one has 5 light settings. And the final video that I landed on YouTube, that showed the comparison in how the vinyl cut lines look on this one versus the cheaper one. This one, the lines showed up just a tiny bit easier to see, in my opinion. And I really struggle when I'm trying to weed vinyl to see the cut lines. I really, really struggle. Like, no joke. Like, I'm sitting there And I'm hunched over looking at the vinyl like up to my freaking eyeballs. And then by the time I'm done weeding, my neck, my shoulders, and my back are killing me. So I'm hoping this is going to help with that. This version was more money, so I had to use some of my birthday and Christmas money to pay for the remainder of that, as well as pay for this. I couldn't pass this up either because this was out on sale for Boxing Week sales at a phenomenal price. I think it was down to $17, which was an incredible price. So I got myself the Cricut Easy Press mat, which is going to make doing iron-on vinyl easier because apparently this is better to use than an ironing board. So I apologize for my nasal congestion here. So that was that. And then this was the thing that Alex picked up for me on New Year's Eve. Woohoo! So I have been wanting Courtney's bedroom set for a long time, but now that we don't have Indigo here, ordering it from the US would mean it's like super expensive. So let's take Molly off of here. I have her on here as a placeholder right now so that Maya doesn't lay on the bed. But I think this bed basically after taxes was like a little over $300 at Indigo. And of course now I can't even get it there. So I found this on Marketplace for a steal of a price. I couldn't believe it. And so I was like, I gotta get it. Now it is missing a couple of pieces. It's missing the calendar, the stickers to like decorate the wall with, and it's missing a peg here to hang clothes on. I'm gonna see if maybe American Girl has replacement parts for it that I can buy, but if they don't, it's okay. The dull bunk beds that I've had since I was a kid that are in our bedroom here, which I'll show you here. I'll quickly show you. This one here. This one here, the top bunk caves in sometimes. And as you can see right now, like see how this brown part is starting to twist. Once it twists more, this whole thing's going to cave in. Like I came in one day and like poor Veda here was like all the way down and like it was all caved in. That started when I lived with my mom because our big fat cat Sneaker used to sleep on top of it. And I think it loosened up the screws and I've never been able to figure out how to fix it. So because I don't want to have to keep Courtney's bed in storage, I have decided that I'm going to sell my old childhood bunk bed, as much as it kills me to have to do it. And then I'm going to put Courtney's bunk bed in our bedroom. And then if I ever want to do like set up a scene for photos, I can just pull it out to either the living room or put it on a table or something. But if you want, I will do a separate video because I'm trying to wrap this up now, showing you all the details about Courtney's bed. And same as I'll go into like opening the Mapley outfits that my mom gave me for Christmas, which I'm going to show you here real quick. But I'll do like a box opening of them later. So my mom bought me, this is the reindeer headband. And then she also got me a gift card. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't open this one-handed, but she got me a gift card for an Apple's gift card that I can use for iTunes. And she got me the new My Dear Reindeer outfit. And she also got me the Maple Cabin Forest set. And I know you're probably like, what do they look like? Well, I'll do that in another video because this is getting long. And I want it to be able to upload. And then we have the Big Bear, the Bear Hug sweater dress set. So that's what she got me. And these other ones, I think these other ones are a haul that I'll show you later. Yeah. So I think, and I'll have to show you like the Funko Pops I got at the thing in another video because I want to wrap this up. It's getting a bit long, so I'll show you hauls and stuff later. Oh yes, and I also finally got around to glittering the Christmas ornament that is going to be the Tortured Poets department. So the color for Tortured Poets is white, so this is just a white glitter. It's all dry and everything. I just have to take the vinyl of TTPD for Tortured Poets department and stick it on, and then I can put that on the tree. And yes, I still have the tree up. What of it? I don't care. I like having it up for a good portion of the winter because I just like the glow of the lights at night in the winter, okay? Got it? Deal with it. Oh, by the way, also, guys, I learned this year for the first time ever that song, The 12 Days of Christmas, the 12 Days of Christmas starts on Christmas Day. Did anyone out there know that? Because I didn't know that. I thought that it was the 12 days leading up to Christmas. And apparently it's not. It's the 12 Days of Christmas starts on Christmas Day and goes until January 26th. Who knew that? So, you know, hey, whatever. And, you know, Alex is Macedonian, so they actually have the Orthodox Christmas on. I think he said it was January 7th. So leaving up the decorations until at least then is pretty normal because it's still Christmas. But I'm past that now, and that is fine. I don't care what you think about that because I like my Christmas decorations, and it also takes me a long time to put them up. So I want to enjoy them for more than just a month. So I'll probably get them put away beginning of February. But for now, I'm enjoying the lights at night when I'm watching TV. So there you have that. So I think that's about it. Hopefully this is maybe a half hour, 40 minutes max, and it's not going to take forever to upload. So that's the update, guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of the photos and hearing the things I've been up to, and stay tuned for, I guess, box openings of Mapley outfits and things of that nature. See you in the next video. Bye, guys.